Hello everyone and welcome to Portal 2, the sequel obviously to Portal 1. Similarly to the first game, there is a lot of dialogue and talking, which is a huge part of why the game is so good. So once again I will be quiet as often as possible while the game does any talking, which means I will be quiet a fair bit of time. I will also occasionally just be standing around waiting for a dialogue, because sometimes you could skip stuff that is quite funny. Again, it's not a blind run. I've played through the game twice, but a while ago, so I might still struggle with some puzzles. And yeah, let's get right into it. The courtesy call. And I believe it does record the loading screens this time. It did last time as well, but it froze, so it sort of recorded video but not voice. It's kind of strange.
Good morning. You have been in suspension for 50 days. In compliance with state and federal regulations, all testing candidates in the Aperture Science Extended Relaxation Center must be revived periodically for a mandatory physical and mental wellness exercise. You will hear a buzzer. When you hear the buzzer, look up at the ceiling.
And this is the tutorial, obviously explaining movement and such.
Good. You will hear a buzzer. When you hear the buzzer, look down at the floor. Good. This completes the gymnastic portion of your mandatory physical and mental wellness exercise. There is a framed painting on the wall. Please go stand in front of it. This is art. You will hear a buzzer. When you hear the buzzer, stare at the art. You should now feel mentally reinvigorated. If you suspect staring at art has not provided the required intellectual sustenance, reflect briefly on this classical music. Good. Now please return to your bed.
I will have subtitles on during the game because sometimes the dialogue could be a little hard to understand, and as I said before, it is a huge part of why the game is so funny. So I don't want you to miss anything. You can just ignore it, obviously, if you are okay understanding the voices. And let's go to sleep.
Good morning. You have been in suspension for 99999. This courtesy call is to inform you
Anyone
that
in
all
there?
test subjects should vacate the enrichment
Hello?
center immediately. Any test subject
Are you
not emerging
gonna open
from
the door
suspension at this time
at any
will
time?
be assumed to have exercised his or her right
Hello?
to remain in extended relaxation.
Just in
Are you gonna
case
open this door?
you were wondering
'Cause
about
it's
the
fairly
game
urgent.
talking so much, now we have two voices
Oh, just
talking
open the door.
at the same time.
Version of this message.
Hello,
Feel free to take a
friend.
complimentary
Why
piece
not
of
open the
stationery from
door?
the desk drawer in front of you and write us a letter.
Could be Spanish. Could be Spanish. Hola, amigo. Abre la puerta. Donde está? No. Fine. No. Absolutely fine. It's not like I don't have, 10,000 other test subjects begging me to help them escape. It's not like this place is about to explode. All right. Look. Okay. I'll be honest. You're the last test subject left, and if you don't help me, we're both gonna die. All right. I didn't want to say it. There you go. You've dragged it out of me. All right. Dead. Dos muerte. Open the door. Hello? Ha! Ah! Oh, God. You look good. Looking good, actually. Are you okay? Are you... Don't answer that. I'm absolutely sure you're fine. There's plenty of time for you to recover. Just take it slow.
Please prepare for emergency evacuation.
Stay calm. Stay calm. Prepare. That's all I'm saying. Prepare. It's all fine. All right? Don't move. I'm going to get us out of here. Oh, you might want to hang on to something. Word of advice. Up to you.
Wheatley, we will learn to love him over the course of the game.
You all right down there?
Truly will.
Can you hear me? Hello? Most test subjects do experience some cognitive deterioration after a few months in suspension. Now, you've been under for quite a lot longer, and it's not out of the question that you might have a very minor case of serious brain damage. But don't be alarmed, all right? Although if you do feel alarmed, try to hold on to that feeling, because that is the proper reaction to being told that you've got brain damage. Do you understand what I'm saying at all? Does any of this make any sense? Just tell me, just say yes.
Well, hey, and in this game we can actually talk.
Okay, what you're doing there is jumping. You just jumped. But never mind, say apple. Apple.
Okay, it didn't work this time, but...
Okay, you know what? That's close enough. Just hold tight.
All reactor core safeguards are now non-functional. Please prepare for reactor core meltdown.
Okay, look, I wasn't going to mention this to you, but I'm in pretty hot water here. How you doing down there? You still holding on? The reserve power ran out, so of course the whole relaxation centre stops waking up the bloody test subjects. Hold on, this is a bit tricky. And of course, nobody tells me anything. No, why should you tell me anything? Why should I be kept informed? You know, about the life functions of the 10,000 bloody test subjects I'm supposed to be in charge of. Why? It's close. Can you see? Am I gonna make it through? Have I got enough space? Just gotta get through here. Okay, I just gotta concentrate. And whose fault do you think it's going to be when the management comes down here and finds 10,000 flipping vegetables? Alright, see, no, I hit that one. Okay, listen, we should get our story straight, alright? If anyone asks, and no one's going to ask, don't worry, but if anyone asks, tell them as far as you know, the last time you checked, everyone looked pretty much alive, alright? Not dead. Okay, almost there. On the other side of that wall is one of the old testing tracks. There's a piece of equipment in there that we're going to need to get out of here. I think this is a docking station. Get ready. Good news, that is not a docking station. So there's one mystery solved. I'm going to attempt a manual override on this wall. Could get a bit technical. Hold on. Almost there. Remember, you're looking for a gun that makes holes. Not bullet holes, but don't worry, you'll figure it out. Seriously, do hold on this time. Well, there we go. Now, I'll be honest, you are probably in no fit state to run this particular type of cognitive gauntlet. But, at least you're a good jumper. So, you got that. You got the jumping on your side. Just do your best, and I'll meet you up ahead.
Okay. You see what I mean about the game talking a lot.
Good luck!
Hello, and again, welcome to the Aperture Science Enrichment Center. We are currently experiencing technical difficulties due to circumstances of potentially apocalyptic significance beyond our control. However, thanks to emergency testing protocols, testing can continue. These pre-recorded messages will provide instructional and motivational support so that science can still be done, even in the event of environmental, social, economic, or structural collapse. The portal will open and emergency testing will begin in 3, 2, 1.
And still no real peace and quiet, but for all those of you who played or watched the first part of the game, this should all seem very familiar to you. That's exactly the room we woke up in during Portal 1. And now we ended up there again. And we're still Chell, playing the same character, still wearing the same, well, similar very cool boots. These boots are called longfall boots, and they prevent any fall damage. Aside from that, yeah, let's just get right into it, and as you might have noticed, I will be quiet for extended periods of time.
Cube and button-based testing remains an important tool for science, even in a dire emergency. If cube and button-based testing caused this emergency, don't worry. The odds of this happening twice are very slim.
Okay, dialogue glitched out. We've also seen these things in the first game. They were called incandescent particle field things. I think it was incandescent particle field in the first game, but as always, if we try to take stuff through this, it gets fizzled. And the elevators have changed a little bit. but they are still where the game loads.
If you feel liquid running down your neck, relax, lie on your back, and apply immediate pressure to your temples. You are simply experiencing a rare reaction in which the material emancipation grill may have emancipated the ear tubes inside your head.
You see, that's why you have to love Aperture Science. Even though they put you into dangerous situations, they always help you out. And they always tell you what could go wrong. It's quite nice. It makes you feel safe. And this is a room which we, in a similar way, also had in the first game. In the first game, the portal changed positions automatically. In this one, we can press the button and control the portal that way, because we don't have any way to shoot portals as of yet. So, press that button, get the portal changed, so we can put the cube on the button, and then push the final button to get into the exit.
Good. Because of the technical difficulties we are currently experiencing, your test environment is unsupervised. Before re-entering a relaxation vault at the conclusion of testing, please take a moment to write down the results of your test. An Aperture Science reintegration associate will revive you for an interview when society has been rebuilt. If the Earth is currently governed by a manner of animal king, sentient cloud, or other governing body that either refuses to or is incapable of listening to reason.
Just watch this short animation about an animal king takeover. Yeah. By the way, the elevator loading will only start once all the dialogue is finished, so they do make sure you don't cut dialogue in short by going into an elevator. Chamber 2 of 19, and we do remember all these chambers.
Hey! You made it! There should be a portal device on that podium over there. I can't see it though. Maybe it fell off. Do you want to go and have a quick look?
But yeah, you if you watched the first game,
look about.
you should remember this
Right.
place.
Over by the podium. Oh! Hello? Can you see the portal gun? Also, are you alive? That's important. Should have asked that first. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to work on the assumption that you're still alive, and I'm just going to wait for you up ahead. I'll wait 1 hour, then I'll come back, and assuming I can locate your dead body, I'll bury you. All right? Brilliant. Go team! See you in an hour, hopefully, if you're not dead.
Follow. We do remember this type of arrow, don't we? I didn't really go into much detail about that in the first game, and I won't go into too much detail either this time. There is someone who survived everything, who's still alive. And he seems to have witnessed a lot of things. This is assuming I'm correct, this is the scientists just finishing GLaDOS, the final enemy in the first game. This would obviously be GLaDOS releasing deadly neurotoxin. And this is us in Portal 1. Clearly longfall boots, portal gun, the cake, and the companion cube. The person who did these drawings cannot be found in game, but there's a Portal 2 comic which deals in more detail with him. But anyway, this is apparently a portal gun. And as before, right now we can only shoot the blue portal. And another change is that we can now see the portals through walls, which can be handy at times. Okay.
Some emergency testing may require prolonged interaction with lethal military androids. Rest assured that all lethal military androids have been taught to read and provided with one copy of the Laws of Robotics to share. Good. If you feel that a lethal military android has not respected your rights as detailed in the Laws of Robotics, please note it on your self-reporting form. A future Aperture Science Entitlement Associate will initiate the appropriate grievance filing paperwork.
And once again, you just have to love the announcements.
This next test is very dangerous. To help you remain tranquil in the face of almost certain death, smooth jazz will be deployed in 3, 2, 1.
That was very soothing. And once again, we can shoot cameras off the walls. It just doesn't help us very much. Chamber 4 of 19. Interesting. And of course we do remember this chamber, don't we? Ha!
Great work. Because this message is pre-recorded, any observations related to your performance are speculation on our part. Please disregard any undeserved compliments.
Okay, same as always. Oh, well, maybe not same as always. Things do appear to be breaking down a little bit. And yeah. So here we have one of the places where one of the survivors apparently lived. And in case you're wondering if that's something you're interested in, the stuff on the wall here is quantum mechanics. For example, here delta x delta p greater than 1/2 h line segment through the h thingy, whatever. That's the uncertainty principle, and that's Schrödinger's cat, I'm assuming, jumping out of a box. Well, if you're into that sort of stuff, these formulas will look very familiar to you.
If the Enrichment Center is currently being bombarded with fireballs, meteorites, or other objects from space, please avoid unsheltered testing areas wherever a lack of shelter from space debris does not appear to be a deliberate part of the test.
So... I was going to say something, but I forgot. Anyway, we have this big button, which extends these stairs, but as always, we can't get there fast enough. So let's get ourselves a cube. And when we have the cube... Oh, I remembered what I was gonna say. I want to quite quickly criticize a sequel for being a bit of a bad ripoff, but this sequel is at least as good as the first game, if not better. And so here we have two buttons. The first button produces a cube, but as always the water is fatal, so we can't get to the cube. Let's do this step by step, like it was our first time. Cube falls. So what we're gonna do this time is, as soon as the cube comes out, we hit this button, and too late. But you do get the point. Never quite catapulted it that high up, but it worked nonetheless.
Well done. The Enrichment Center reminds you that although circumstances may appear bleak, you are not alone. All Aperture Science personality constructs will remain functional in apocalyptic, low-power environments of as few as 1.1 volts.
And these guys really think ahead. They don't just do their stuff as any other company would. They really contemplate what could happen and they plan ahead for all eventualities.
This next test applies the principles of momentum to movement through portals. If the laws of physics no longer apply in the future, God help you.
Whee! These are chambers. Some of the earlier ones were taken almost directly from the first game. These chambers now are very different, and as you might remember, speedy thing goes in, speedy thing comes out. Now we need this cube. Whee! Whee!
If you are a non-employee who has discovered this facility amid the ruins of civilization, welcome. And remember, testing is the future, and the future starts with you.
Whee! I really do like portal jumping. It's actually a bit of a... Well, it's kind of interesting, the portal jumping thing. Oh, we need the cube on the button right there, so let's just try this. The curious thing about portal jumping is that in a game I still play a fair bit called Guild Wars, there is also a trick called portal jumping, just as a sort of, and I said sort of, which I don't like, just as a side note as to why I think that's quite interesting, or quite funny.
Good work getting this far, future starter. That said, if you are simple-minded, bold, or irradiated in such a way that the future should not start with you, please return to your primitive tribe and send back someone better qualified for testing.
It's a completely different thing in Guild Wars. Portal jumping there involves basically getting past certain trigger areas to explore bits of the map that should be inaccessible.
Remains for core testing protocols. All safety devices have been disabled. The Enrichment Center respects your right to have questions or concerns about this policy.
Well, that's something at least. So yeah, that was part 1 of Portal 2. And I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye!